Hey, welcome to our Reddit. Sunset Park was known for its serene beauty, with its lush greenery and picturesque views of the city skyline. It was a perfect evening. The sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the park. Families were picnicking, joggers were making their last rounds, and a gentle breeze rustled through the trees. Little did anyone know, this calm setting was about to witness an epic showdown. Enter Karen. With her perfectly coiffed blonde hair, oversized sunglasses, and designer handbag, she was the epitome of entitlement. Karen had a reputation around the neighborhood for her over-the-top demands and confrontational attitude. She believed rules were meant for others, not for her. On this particular evening, Karen decided to take her prize Pomeranian, Mr. Fluffy, for a walk in the park. Ignoring the numerous signs clearly stating dogs must be leashed, Karen let Mr. Fluffy roam free, believing her precious pup deserved to enjoy the park as much as anyone else. Enter Officer Johnson, a well-respected cop known for his no-nonsense approach and dedication to the community. He was patrolling the park, ensuring everyone was following the rules and enjoying their time safely. As he approached the park's central fountain, he noticed Mr. Fluffy darting around, causing quite a commotion among the ducks. With a sigh, Officer Johnson approached Karen, who was lounging on a bench, completely oblivious to her dog's antics. "Excuse me, ma'am," he began, trying to keep his tone polite. "I'm going to have to ask you to leash your dog. There are signs posted throughout the park, and it's for everyone's safety, including your pets." Karen looked up from her phone, her eyes narrowing behind her sunglasses. "Are you serious?" she scoffed. "Mr. Fluffy is a tiny dog. He's not going to hurt anyone." Officer Johnson remained calm. "Ma'am, the rules apply to everyone, regardless of the size of the dog. Please leash him." Karen stood up, crossing her arms defiantly. "I pay taxes. I have every right to let my dog enjoy this park without some power-tripping cop harassing me." A small crowd had started to gather, sensing the brewing confrontation. Parents pulled their children closer, and joggers slowed their pace to watch the drama unfold. "Ma'am, I'm not going to ask you again. Please leash your dog," Officer Johnson said firmly. Karen's face turned red with anger. "This is ridiculous. I'm calling your supervisor. You can't treat me like this." She pulled out her phone and began dialing, loudly proclaiming her intent to file a complaint. Meanwhile, Mr. Fluffy had found his way to a nearby picnic, causing a young boy to drop his ice cream in surprise. Seeing the commotion, Officer Johnson decided enough was enough. "Ma'am, if you don't leash your dog right now, I'll have no choice but to issue you a citation for violating park rules." Karen was in full meltdown mode now. "A citation? For what? This is harassment. I'm a taxpayer. I know my rights." The crowd watched in stunned silence, phones out, recording every moment. The tension was palpable. Officer Johnson, maintaining his composure, began writing the citation. "You can contest this in court if you feel it's unfair. But for now, please leash your dog." Karen snatched the citation from his hand, her face contorted with rage. "This isn't over. I'll make sure you're fired for this." As she stormed off to retrieve Mr. Fluffy, the crowd began to disperse, whispering among themselves about the spectacle they had just witnessed. Some clapped quietly, others shook their heads in disbelief. Officer Johnson took a deep breath, watching Karen march away. It wasn't the first time he dealt with someone like her, and it wouldn't be the last. But he knew he'd handled it by the book, and that's all that mattered. As the sun finally dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the park, the calm returned. Families resumed their picnics, joggers picked up their pace, and the park was once again a place of peace and tranquility. But for those who had witnessed the showdown, it was a story they would tell for years to come. The day Karen met her match in the form of a steadfast, rule-abiding cop named Officer Johnson. Thank you for watching our Reddit. If you like my content and want to support me, don't forget to like and subscribe.